Okay, everybody. I'm just gonna be talking here for a little bit. A little bit of astrology, a little bit of a channel transmission of things that are occurring, things that have been building up, and potentially where they may be heading. This isn't going to really be a huge deep dive. It's just going to be just I want you guys to know right now that things are very intense, as you already know, obviously. But with Mars in Gemini, Jupiter in Gemini, this Gemini energy squaring the Saturn in Pisces, new moon in Leo coming up, a Mercury retrograde coming up, a Venus square to Uranus, a mutable T-square, a fixed T-square, a full moon in Aquarius coming up in 2 weeks. I just want to wrap it all up into a little digestible bow tie of how this is being experienced by us all right now. And something that is very important to keep in mind. This is very important to keep in mind right now. Pluto is in Aquarius, okay? Pluto is retrograde. Soon Pluto will retrograde back into Capricorn, 29 degrees. And then by next year, it is going to be full on Pluto in Aquarius for the next 20 fucking years. So, something to keep in mind that has been initiated and is going to last into the next 20 years is the transformational processes that we are all going to be going through when it comes to presenting yourself on the world stage. So Pluto is in Aquarius. Aquarius is collectives, humanity, frequency, aliens, collective frequencies, collective consciousness, entities, radio waves, frequency waves, advanced technologies. This is Pluto in Aquarius. Pluto is death, transformation, the underworld, the unconscious, the shadow, the taboo. Opposite of Aquarius is Leo. Leo's the sun, the star, the king, the queen, the diva, the performer, the celebrity. Leo is the sign that has the magnetic energy to gain the attraction and the attention of all those around. It is all the planets that rotate around the sun, not the sun rotating around the planets. This is Leo. Leo is the center, the star, the center stage. And so for the next 20 years, Pluto moving into Aquarius, there are going to be many, many different stages and levels that humanity, consciousness, and our interfacing with non-physical beings, entities, via frequencies, via thought waves are going to be transforming tremendously over the next 20 years, which will also have a great, massive effect on how individuals animate and present themselves to the world. So this is going to be applying massive amounts of pressure to people that are individual, to people that speak their mind, that speak their truth, that are different. So for anybody that is a performer, that is a speaker, that is an artist, that is a teacher, that has a platform, that puts themselves out on the internet via podcasts, via business or whatever, you will be going through intense stages of collectives or groups or individuals that have a strong collective influence trying to kill you, trying to kill your light, trying to diminish your light, trying to devalue you. And so now that this has just begun, like we're just getting started with this, we are going to be experiencing ourselves. So like for example, I got a homie, right? And this homie is an individual. He's got his platform. He's a healer. He's got his school. He does his teachings. He does what he does. And recently there has been another individual who has somehow fallen under the delusional spell that this friend of mine is casting black magic on him. And this person who is believing this has a massive influence, huge influence, and has stirred the pot in spreading lies, trying to convince others to believe what he now believes about this person casting black magic on him. And so the storyline of all of this, not his storyline, not these people's storyline, but the collective storyline of shit like this happening, because shit like this is going to keep on happening, and we're all going to take turns. We're all going to take turns of somebody falling under some kind of spell, believing delusional, untrue things, and then trying to start a movement of collectives to character assassinate you. This is going to be very intense. This is a time of like, become one of us or die. You know, this is like an AI frequency trying to create a hive mind and destroy all authentic, genuine individuality. Okay? So I want to get that out of the way for all of you guys to keep in mind that this is a thing that is happening right now. This is a thing that has just begun and will continue for the next 20 years. Okay? I recently gave a presentation at a big conference. Public speaking is no stranger to me. I've had many professions where public speaking was my job. But this was the first conference where I gave a public speech about my experiences. And there were actually a number of different presenters who spoke for the very first time on stage. And so now what happens? So people are very vulnerable right now to sing their song. And by singing your song, vulnerable to the afterthoughts that you have that are entirely subjective, but coming from the pressure of collectives, of other people, of what other people might be thinking or believing or perceiving about yourself. And if you don't have any true inherent sense of self-worth, confidence, self-love, then you will die. You will buckle under the pressure and say, I don't know why I even tried this. I suck at singing. All these people also suck. Fuck this. I give up. And I quit. I quit everything. I don't want to do any of this. So, yeah, very intense. Now, moving on. We have a lot of Gemini energy, okay? Mars, Jupiter. The moon is in Gemini right now. And this Gemini energy is going to be squaring Piscean energy, Saturn, Neptune. Okay? Lot to talk about here. And then we got the Venus is the squares, the Venus squares to Taurus, and there's a lot going on, okay? Excuse me, but Here's what I need you guys to understand. Here's what I need you guys to know and understand, okay? Know your mind. Know your mind, and remember that not every single fucking thought or train of thought or realm of imagination that you go into and experience is actually real or has to be real. This is a period right now where people can become very hypnotically suggestible to their own thoughts, or thoughts that invade their mind, and become tricked, become trolled and tricked by foreign entities using frequencies or are non-physical frequencies invading your thought, invading your mind, and tricking you into believing something that isn't real, that isn't true. You going back to the example I gave before about my friend and somebody else thinking about, he's doing black magic on him. Something happened there. Something happened to this person at some vulnerable point. Maybe his blood sugar was getting low at some point, and he had a thought, and then something hijacked that thought and inserted other thoughts along with that. And because Jupiter is there, because Jupiter is also in Gemini, all of these thoughts are going to become expanded in how they are experienced, and they're just all going to be taken to such an extreme level. You ever dealt with those people that are always like, oh, my guides said this, my guides say that, my guides say this, and they almost have they almost try to act like they can't come to any kind of conclusion on their own without the validation that their guides said this, as if their guides are this all-knowing, omnipotent, benevolent thing that just can validate whatever. And so here's the fucking issue, okay, with this whole, oh, my guides, or I checked in with my guides, or I checked in with the council, is like, okay, but how is your mental health? Okay, how much of a Jedi master of your own fucking mind are you? Because if you're not a fucking Jedi master in charge of your own mind, then these guides could actually be fucking trolls, or they're not even your guides at all, and it's all just an unintegrated deep aspect of your unconscious thriving through your subjective interpretations that are of weak little bitch behavior. I've dealt with a lot of these people, these like, oh, my guides, or oh, this and that. One particular situation I've gone through is, I visited somebody, and it was a short visit. I was passing through, and when I left and continued on my journey, this individual lost a ring. I guess maybe it was their grandmother's ring or something. They misplaced it, right? And so in the frustration and the stress of suddenly not knowing where this ring was, this person came to the total belief of a suggested thought using the guise of, oh, my guides told me that Mario stole my grandmother's rings. And because my guides told me he stole my grandmother's rings, it's true. But also, let me pull some tarot cards to confirm that my guides confirmed that he stole my grandmother's ring. Okay? That's what this person did. And then, after getting the confirmation through the cards and their guides that I stole her grandmother's ring, she then started telling all kinds of people on the internet, spreading lies about me, that I'm a thief, that I'm a womanizer, all these fucking things, trying to like get a band of women to like hate me and character assassinate me, only to later find her missing ring in her fucking apartment. Okay? So I didn't touch nothing. I didn't take nothing. But this person became suggestible to her own thoughts, and even said that her guides what were these guides? Were they actually guides? Or was it an unintegrated aspect of her subconscious mind working through her without bias confirmation filters, without discernment, without logical reasoning? Okay, so we, right now in this month of August, okay, this kind of shenaniganery stupidity is at an all-time high. Okay, that's what I need you all to understand right now. Okay, there's a lot of positive, amazing, fucking good things right now, but I need you. I feel it's more important that you guys understand this shit right now more than all the other things. Okay, and so this is what's happening right now. This is where people are right now. Okay, so people are very vulnerable in their mind space because Jupiter and Mars are there, and this Gemini energy is being squared by Saturn and Pisces, and Saturn and Pisces is wanting everybody to grow the fuck up and become more spiritually mature and accountable, and realize some harsh truths, some harsh karmic woundings about yourself. But if you can't do the work in seeing what spiritual karmic baggage you have and how you are continuously perpetuating yourself as the victim or the martyr or even maybe the savior, which then just gets warped around to like, I'm the savior, but I'm also the victim because nobody's acknowledging how I'm trying to save, and I'm having to do all these extra things for everybody, and now I'm the victim, and now I created this dream and the nightmare at the same time. Okay, listen. Saturn and Pisces. If you are not able to fucking realize and see these things within yourself, then a situation must manifest. A story must occur. A quest must be initiated. A quest initiated through the suggestions of your own subconscious mind trolling you to believe something that is delusional, only for you to dive so deep into a reality that you are creating for yourself, so that it can bring you to this point of sabotage and humility to realize that you've had it wrong the whole time. You've had it wrong the whole time, and there was a deeply wounded, deeply confused aspect of yourself that needed to be seen but could not be seen because of your arrogance and your fear to see the blemishes and the shadow within yourself. Hello. So, know your mind. Not every thought is real. And also, watch what you fucking say right now. Watch what you fucking say right now. It is so important right now that you just don't say anything. I'm serious. Don't say no stupid shit, because this is the kind of energy where these thoughts, right? These thoughts that are in your most inner private world, the most inner private mind, can be like creeping, and you might say some shit. And then after you say it and other people hear it, they're like, what? And there's no going back, and there's no taking it back. And then you're like, wait a minute, I don't even know why I said that. That's not how I feel. That's not what I think at all. And Mercury is retrograde right now. Mercury is retrograde. So whatever you do, fucking blurb out your fucking shithole mouth without thinking about it. It's going to be an ongoing conversation. There's going to be an ongoing conversation for the next 3 months. You feel me? So, watch your fucking mouth. Watch your thoughts. Okay? And because you can't take it back. So this is like saying some shit, right? This is like saying some shit like, well, you know, I've always wondered, this is like saying to your business partner, like, oh, well, you know, I've always wondered why, like, you know, you always were just like so stupid when it comes to, you know, X, Y, Z. And then it's like, what did you just say? And it's like, oh, wait, I don't know what I just said. I don't think or feel that way at all. But you just said it. And now that other person has to deal with the energy behind that. And it reveals something that probably isn't true. And you know what it all is? It's the fucking archonic energies, right? Look, you guys have to understand, you can't see this shit. Like, you have to fucking see it with your third eye, okay? They want to destroy. They want to troll. They want to prevent any pure, good, wholehearted, integral intentions and designs from reaching total fruition. So this month of August, there's going to be a lot of destruction. There's going to be a lot of people that self-destruct. There's going to be a lot of people that cause destruction within their homes, within their families, within their communities, within their jobs, within their professions, within their thoughts, within their hearts. People are fucking dumb. Dumb as fuck. Okay, so you need to make sure that you practice your Jedi mind, your strength, your wisdom. Okay, okie dokie. So what else do I want to say here? I think I've ranted long enough, and I'm about to park the car here. But this is what's really it's really important. I feel like it's really important for me to let you guys know this right now, because duality is at an all-time high right now with the Gemini energy and the Pisces energy. Okay, Gemini and Pisces, these are the only two signs in the whole zodiac that represent duality. Okay, Gemini is the sign of the twins, Pisces is the two fishes. Okay, Gemini is the thought, and then the afterthought, and then the reflection of the thought and the afterthought, and then the and then the wondering and the contemplations, and this, Gemini is all the mind, and the mind is multifaceted, the mind is multidimensional, and it can go anywhere. There are millions, infinite internal streamlines of thoughts, and a thought can lead you anywhere. And then Pisces, the two fishes, one fish swimming in one dimension while the opposite fish swimming in its opposite dimension. Pisces is both the dream and the nightmare at the same time, okay? So be very careful, because duality is at an all-time high in how we experience it right now. And ultimately, throughout this month of August, everybody has an opportunity to reach a new level of mastery within themselves by mastering their mind, mastering their perception, and mastering what the fuck you're going to choose to really believe in, and ensure that, yes, it could be slightly delusional, but not totally batshit stupid delusional. There has to be some grounded, logical, and reasoning into this, all right? And be very mindful of yourself, because you will most likely at some point experience just a taste, just a glimpse of what it feels like to potentially have a collective or a group come after you, criticize you in some kind of way. And that's just a taste. That's just a taste and a glimmer of what's to come for the next 20 years. All right, peace, y'all.